Hello, welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about Matic Network. So if you are new to cryptocurrency and you want to learn more, please do subscribe, hit that bell button and press all notifications. I want to make this a very clear and concise method of delivery essentially for you guys. It may not be technically gifted in terms of blockchain, but I want to make it very, very simple as to why I believe Matic Network will be a good solution for the future. Certainly for cross-chain compatibility and the Ethereum network, because we've had issues in the past with scalability. So, going to talk about that. I want to mention a few things as well that you need to be aware of in terms of how to get a really good entry point, and that is very, very vital in any investor, any sort of investment you make. You need to get that entry level right, because Matic is a perfect example of why people lost money on it and are a little bit scared. So wait for the market to come to you, do your research and ultimately enjoy. So let's get going. I'm going to start now and I'll see you in a second. So let's get started with Matic Network. I do apologise that the lighting isn't very good. It's a bit dull outside. But first thing I want to mention now is I mentioned this in my premium group on learning crypto. This is my company, okay? So this is not the sort of thing that, you know, I'm not pay shilling, but this is kind of what you get for £10 a month. Tonight we're doing a live Zoom, so I want to just promote that realistically because it's, you know, it's quite a focal point. Live Zoom, there's going to be 3 of us delivering a live Zoom. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency. We're going to also talk about a 1-minute trading strategy. So you learn a lot. £10 a month, you get 2 Telegram groups, you get a lesson every Monday, and there's over 4 hours of content on here. You got old live Zooms all on there, and you get margin trading, help, support and assistance, so you can kind of understand how it all works. So there you go, check out the link below to premium. But let's talk about Matic Network. Now, I'm going to keep this very, very simple, very, very basic. I mentioned this a couple of days ago that it could well do very, very well over the next 2 to 3 months due to its releases. There's a lot coming out and I'm going to go through those. And it's very, very important that you understand the fundamentals of when to take profits, but ultimately where your profits are made. They are usually made when you buy at the right time. And I'm going to bring up the chart now. Why am I doing this? Because this is what happened with Matic. And a lot of people are a little bit scared about it at the minute, because it obviously came out of IEO April on Binance. Okay, it was a whole element of Binance. It was like the 3rd IEO they did, and Matic really went to the moon. Now that's, I'll just put that down to that wick. This is kind of what's happened. Bang, it's retraced down to the golden pocket and it's starting to tail back up. Now I'm not in this yet, I'm just waiting. This is a 12-hour time frame. The data on the daily isn't the greatest, but it's currently in a bit of a downtrend. We're below the moving average 34, or the EMA 34. And when you consider the amount of growth that this had from the top to the bottom, it's crazy. 11x, nearly 11x anyway, just below that, depending on when you actually bought it, of IEO or whatever. And a lot of people would have FOMO'd in on this, and that's, you know, check out the previous videos, talk about FOMO. It's a big thing, and a lot of people will be scared. And even when I put a video on about Matic, people are like, it's still going down, still going down. Wait for the market to come to you, wait for that trade to come to you, wait. And it's starting to show a sign of a turn now. But that doesn't mean it's good enough to enter just yet, so wait out. If it starts to retrace and trends back up again, there could be some really good gains here. Now, when you look at current price now, these little steps here, where it could retrace up to, they're quite big. Good 60–70% gains potentially longer term. But let's get into it, okay? So, in terms of buying point, wait for it to trend, okay? I'm not going to give you any more further details on that until the market tells you when to do it. Wait for the hype, wait for the scalable kind of solution releases that are coming out. Plasma, for example, and also public and beta mainnet launches are also coming. So, let's get into it. As I've mentioned, I want to keep this very, very brief, very, very concise, because I do not want to bore you to death. It's one of those things, bye, and they go watch cat videos or something. Now, scalable and instant blockchain transactions. Now, that is a massive buzzword in itself. Scalable, oosh, yeah. And obviously instant. Instant is a big issue with cryptocurrency. When you wait for transactions, it's like, oh, got to wait for one confirmation. That takes up to 10 minutes for Bitcoin. It's crazy. When you look at Ethereum, it takes a couple of minutes. Now, it's not the best in the world. Ethereum's had issues, and Matic network brings a massive scale to Ethereum using adapted version of Plasma, buzzword, we'll get onto that in a minute, and proof of stake. Proof of stake is the new buzzword for Ethereum. It's moving over to that. Using sidechains. Now, why is sidechains good? Sidechains are good because it stops that bottleneck. It allows the deviation of transactions and validations and stuff like that on the blocks with the hashes to actually flow nicely. It doesn't get congested. And sidechains it's a scalable solution. It makes it quicker. So, in terms of what else I want to go through, I want to kind of miss the jargon here. Read the white paper. It is quite boring, I'm not going to lie. It's one of these paper-based ones where it's just like la 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 la. So if you're looking for something more technical, please do that in your own time. If I started talking about that, you would literally go to sleep and you'd probably, I don't know, set your building on fire. It may happen, so do not worry about that just yet. Now, in terms of other things, I want to talk about the architecture a bit, because the way it works with sidechains, it makes it very, very quick, very, very lightweight, and ultimately very, very scalable in terms of usage and low cost for transactions. It makes it so much better for the whole user and the actual realm of the ecosystem. Okay, so I love that idea. I think it's brilliant. So, uses the Plasma framework that provides a solution for faster and extremely low cost transactions, and it brings it off the main chain, so it doesn't clog it. Clogging is a pain, and the main element of it is kind of using the proof of stake. Sorry, not point of stake. I don't know what I'm talking about. Proof of stake, which makes it move onto the Ethereum main chain. So it'll work off the chain for the first second, bang, off it goes. Bye, laters, and then it'll eventually go onto on the secondary blocks onto the Ethereum network, creating that data stamp, and it allows the flow go from there. So it goes from one into the other. Very, very simple, very, very quick, and pretty cool. Now, other things I want to make clear. This is the easy bit. Scalable. Scalable solutions are key for this ecosystem. We've had too many issues with scalability. Every coin I can think of has had issues due to scale, speed, this cost, and ultimately how it works. They need to work in tandem when there's network usage. If it doesn't, and we get mass adoption and they all cripple and break, what's going to happen to the prices? They're all going to go bang. So, scalable solution, Plasma, yes. High throughput, wow. Basically, up to 65,000 transactions can fly through the single chain of Matic, and then obviously it'll go onto the Ethereum blockchain, so it allows it to keep going at that speed. It's a lot. It's only 10,000 lower than Visa. Pretty good going, and that's just the start of it. User experience, it's a very, very smooth and usable element, and I'm going to go through this wallet area in a bit where it's quite neat and tidy. I quite like the look of it. Security, proof of stake is one of the most secure networks in the blockchain. It's got to be used, and good cryptography helps enable that. You've got asset interoperability. There we go. This is the one that really tickled me. I'm like, oh hello, that's pretty cool. Why? It can use different side changes on various blockchains. That's massive. You can use it with cross-chain interoperability, where it talks to other people, other companies, other blockchains. That makes things very, very simple. And you've also got DeFi platform, where it's a decentralized finance application, which is also hosted on the sidechain. So that's that. This is obviously the toolkit. I'm not going to go through that yet, but in terms of advisors, this is pretty cool. Now, you got Decentraland, you got Coinbase engineers for the wallet at Coinbase, Peter Kim, and you've also got product leader of Decentralized. So it's pretty heavy with that as well. Decentralized is actually a pretty good network, I'll be honest with you, pretty good. Now, let's talk about a few other things. Now, let's go through the use cases. Now, I want to go through elements of this. Payments. If you've been watching my videos recently, you've been probably bored of me saying about payments. Payments is the future, the ecosystem, where we are going. The next wave of cryptocurrency price pumps is going to be due to payments. People using it. People using likes of PunDX, people using Ethereum to a good level, Matic Network, XRP, probably Stellar, probably Litecoin, Nano, etc. They're going to be using it. Another thing that they're going to be also looking at doing is decentralized exchanges. Oh yeah. Why is this good? Decentralized exchanges are safe, they are very, very fast, and they actually work. Okay. Centralized exchanges like Binance, yeah, they work, but ultimately they're controlled, they're quite sluggish, and they also quite expensive to move money around. Yeah, and you've also got gaming networks. Very simple gaming assets, decentralized apps, all that good stuff. You're going to see a lot more gaming and gambling sort of elements to the blockchain in the next coming years, I believe. It's kind of where we're going right now. And then you've also got elements here like atomic swap. Pretty good, where you can use smart contracts and you can like move cryptocurrency assets around in an instant. You've got secure personal data, obviously point of sale, plasma, all that good stuff. It's secure, it's a stable platform, it makes it really simple, and it's obviously scalable. You've got lending and credit scoring. So lending, in terms of like how you can use a blockchain for lending, it's going to be one of the best things anyways for data protection, all that kind of juicy stuff where no one can adapt it, no one can like change it, fiddle with it. And obviously identity. So there's already apps and other coins that specialize in that, and Matic is also going to build upon that. I want to also look at transparency. Why? This is all the elements here. So obviously do this in your own time. You can check out all the elements of the foundation contracts and all that good stuff. But another thing to mention is the dApps. These are a few of the dApps that they've already got. They've got a few on there already. This will obviously increase in time when you look at other networks and how they work. So again, do further research into what dApps what. But I want to mention one thing now. I mentioned it just before, the wallet. This is awesome. I love this wallet. I've not got it on my phone. I've looked at it, I've seen videos, and I've seen how easy this is. And it kind of reminds me of Coinbase, which kind of goes to the point of Peter Kim, the advisor. It's a very simple, easy, usable wallet that also compatible with Ethereum assets, ERC20 tokens. So I use my Ether wallet. I do it on my computer. I do not trust myself with funds on my phone. I just don't. Okay, I got some on Coinbase. I'll use Coinbase if I need to. I've got X wallet for PundiX. Now, ultimately, moving forward, Matic Network is kind of a good solution. Obviously, you've got Ethos, you've got Bread Wallet and stuff like that. But I think for Matic, I think for the speed of it and the sidechain usage and the payments, this could be the one to go to, if I'm going to be honest with you. If you hold in the Matic token and you're going to use it, it's going to make things very fast for your payment solutions. And I think for the ecosystem itself in the future of payments, I think this is a great way to get people on board. So it's easy to use. It has integration kind of elements where it can connect to other things such as POS systems, QR codes. It's obviously trustless and secure. We never store your private keys, and they will never leave your device. That is key. Unless you lose your device, do not do that. And obviously it supports a Matic Network, obvious. In terms of all the other assets, obviously you've got other assets here. You can see them here. You got like the Tron, you got Almost Go, you got Zilliqa, Binance Coin, all that good stuff, and you can obviously download that right now. Other products you've got as well, you've got Dagger. Dagger is like kind of the on-screen sort of Ethereum side of things, where we run and maintain infrastructure providing you reliable, scalable, real-time events. So this will tell you what is happening on the actual network itself. It's fast and robust with multiple rooms and standard protocol. It's, it's one of those things where it's going to obviously help get real-time updates from the Ethereum blockchain. We need that. We need to know if it's busy. We need to know if it's expensive. We need to know if there's any issues with the blockchain. This will give you that. And finally, let's go to the last one, Zapier. This is for Ethereum integration, where people can use this by connecting other apps like Slack, Gmail and Google Sheets to automate your tedious tasks and your workflow. Zapier, if you do not know, it is a very easy website you can use now, but it's always integrated with it, so you can set elements up, and it's obviously incorporated with like the ERC20 side of it. So if you've got a business, you can start doing elements of your own token. Pretty cool, and I'm not going to consider it for my own company. Just going to put that out there right now in case anyone gets any wild ideas. So other things to mention, okay, just before we leave this. There is a light paper. I mentioned before the white paper is pretty boring. This is a bit easier to read, a lot less information. I've had a quick flick through it. It's got some images as well. It's about 4 pages long. Okay, this is where you get the most data in terms of information that you want to get a quick glance over. Always check out all the documents. So other documents to check out as well is on here. There's quite a few. How to get started, how to add certain elements, and how to do certain things. And obviously the great bit for me, how to use it for newbies. Not for so much me, but if you're completely new and you want to learn how to use MetaMask, free wallets and stuff like that for ERC20 tokens, it's a good place to go. So let me just end on one thing. The roadmap. This is where things are going to get fun. I've mentioned before a lot of developments are coming out, and this is what has really tickled me. Over the next few months, we have got a beta mainnet launch. We've got OX protocol implementation. OX is a very good solution as well, by the way. And you've also got Plasma in July. Plasma is huge. It's going to take Ethereum to the next level. It's going to take this to allow Ethereum to go to the next level. It's going to be brilliant. Then you've also got the likes of this in September. I'm looking to hold on to this for a couple of months. I want to looking for an optimum buying point and just hold. This could moon over the next 3 months. When you got mainnet, you got sidechain app store, you got liquidity pool integration, and then obviously you got Bitcoin assets. There's a lot of things happening. A lot of things happening. If you've got some spare change, I would recommend, not financial advice, do your research on Matic. So there we go. I hope that's helped. Now, I went over it briefly in terms of what it is and how it works and what elements it's got. It's got a lot already. It's already done its crowdfunding. It's already out on exchanges. You can buy it on Binance. It needs to get adapted and accepted on other exchanges for it to reach new people, extra volume. But when mainnet comes around, it's going to be very, very good. Now, ultimately, check out the About section. Check out who's in the team. There's some very interesting people in here who have done a lot of stuff in the industry and out of the industry as well. So you can already see here, I'm flicking through it. Again, do this in your own research, in your own time. And you've got Google elements kind of in here. Quite a lot of people from Google. You got a lot of people, obviously I've mentioned it, from the likes of Coinbase, other like decentralized companies like Decentraland. It's helpful to know that. So again, do your own research, check it out, and find that perfect buying point. Do not look and think, well, we're going to go up here and it's going to keep going. Everything comes up, everything comes down. Right now, I'm waiting to see what happens if it starts to trend. If it starts going above this line, I'm going to be looking at entering it as a trend, because once they're in them areas, it looks kind of good. But I'm waiting out just for now to see what happens with Bitcoin and the rest of the currency market. If the altcoin season comes into force, that's going to move. So there we go. End of video. I hope you enjoyed it. Matic Network. Check it out. Check out my other videos, my previous video and my next recommended video that YouTube is probably telling you to go on to. Obviously subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and check out the links below. Join my Telegram group and you'll get some outstanding value there too.